I'm going to start with a quote from Tim Cook, the CEO in charge of Apple, who makes the phones that a lot of you guys are watching this video on. And this quote is interesting. He recently said this: "I don't want people looking at the smartphone more than they're looking in someone else's eyes, as if they're scrolling endlessly. This is not how you want to spend your day. Go out and spend it in nature." Where am I now today? I'm in nature. Now, I used to be really bad for doom scrolling, and I was having an interesting conversation with my mum this morning, who she struggles with doom scrolling, and as someone who has quit social media, I was explaining to her the benefits. And she was telling me how she feels. She was saying, "I feel worse off watching social media, anxious. I know that I'm wasting time. My brain literally feels frazzled." And if you've clicked on this video, there's a good chance that you feel that anxious, that kind of burning, that burning, not very nice feeling in your stomach, especially after watching social media. We weren't designed as human beings to be endlessly scrolling. The amount of input and the amount of information that you're inputting into your own brain at the rate that you're inputting at, you're frying your own brain. You're frying I think it's called the prefrontal cortex, this bit. The bit that does the logic, the bit that does the thinking. And in this video, I want to share a few things that I learned after quitting social media for 30 days. Now, I'll make it clear, I do have these apps on my phone. When I was quitting social media, I deleted them off completely. And here is the catch in the modern world, that eventually you can find the balance. I believe I have found balance. But in the modern world, people are always asking if you're outside, do you have Instagram? If you're making connections, Instagram is like the latest business card for people, or the latest Tinder profile. That is Instagram. So you can go through life and it serves you to have these apps on your phone. But after you quit and regain control of your own mind, you are more conscious about how you use the apps, when you use them, and how often you have your phone in your pocket. And this video isn't a go out, hug trees, touch grass, social media bad, you're gonna get murdered for watching a bit of social media. We all do it. We all get from time to time, and I will honestly admit to you now, when I do go on Instagram, sometimes you get hooked onto the system. And it was actually something I learned from when I used to go into the casinos on the slot machines. I desperately wanted money. And what would I do to get the money? Well, I'd click the button, I'd tap away to get the money. All the while my money was going into the machine and I wasn't getting anything back. It was targeting my brain, my dopamine, my desires. That is social media. Doom scrolling, you're flicking, tapping the button, but nothing is free in this world. You're paying with your attention span. You're paying with your literal attention. Okay, so I want you to take your phone right now. Or if you're watching this video, I want you to pause the video and look at the screen time, the amount of time you are spending on your phone. I want you to look at that and honestly tell me that was worth it, because you can see the screen time and how much time you spend on each app. I personally deleted Snapchat. When I first did the detox, I deleted everything, but I have kept Snapchat deleted. I don't have TikTok on my phone. I've always hated that app. I don't have Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I don't have those three things on my phone. The only social media apps I have on my phone now, Instagram and YouTube. Those are the only two things I have on my phone, and they are not even on my home screen. I keep them off. Get off. You are living a completely different life by being glued to your phone. I'm going to explain this for you. I want you also, whenever you're outside, whenever you're out in the real world next, to just put your phone away and just stand there and just look at the people walking by. Look how many people are glued like a zombie to their phone. Your reality might shatter because you realize how so many people are doing it. So many people just walking around like that with their heads down, etc. So many people are walking around glued to their phone. When I did this, it freaked me out a bit because I realized how controlled people are. How many people out there walk around with their phones? Constant stimulation. And when you realize that most people live like this, you kind of think the world's a bit fucked. Social media is bad, yeah. Being glued to your phone is bad, yeah. But if everyone is glued to their phone, that's so bad. Like, it's really bad. And you're living a completely different reality by being glued to the phone. When you get out of that zone, when you get out of the phone, when you get out of the online internet, you go outside into the real world and you connect with the world around you. Number one, life is so much fun, so much more enjoyable. This is a real world video game. It's a real game that you're playing. But number two, you realise how stark the difference is. You're watching so much shit online, but in real life, it's not like that at all. Like, it is not like that at all. And the benefit of doing a social media detox is it puts life on easy mode. Life becomes very easy because most people are addicted to their phones. People consume social media because they have an intense desire to be in the know. This is why I think a lot of guys, or a lot of people in general, are on their phones all the time. There is an intense desire from most people to see what other people are doing. Most people are too interested in other people's lives. They are not interested in their own life. I think this is rooted in a lack of dedication or commitment to oneself. The more time you spend on your phone, I would say, is a correlation. The more time you spend on your phone is correlated to your own life. How much you are not interested in your own life. You need to be dedicated to what you're doing. If you're dedicated and you have set tasks that you're doing each day, you are not on your phone. So your screen time is an important indicator on what you're actually doing and the results you're getting in life. And I found that being on the phone all the time, it was getting my brain used to being addicted to negativity. Checking the news, checking what's going on. I don't care. Like, do I really care about the news? No, because things happen every day. And here's the thing, you go online, you're guaranteed to see something negative. That's how social media tends to work. You go and watch the news, all of the news stories are negative. I remember when I was working in a factory and they have the news playing on the TV. Whenever I would go in for my break, you'd have a 15-minute break in the morning, you'd have lunch break, half an hour, and another 15-minute break in the afternoon. BBC News was always on. And all this was when some Jews got shot on Bondi Beach. Like, every story was negative. Every story was negative. There was a mass shooting on TV. The next thing, a girl got eaten by a shark because she ignored the sign that said, "Don't jump in, there are sharks in the sea." Negative. Like, this is just ridiculous. The amount of fear that your mind is consuming is not good. Probably the most important thing that helped, or that I learned, was how my dopamine reset, my attention increased, and my brain started working again. I started having ideas that came out of nowhere. My brain started processing things from years ago that I hadn't had time yet to process. Being able to sit there without a phone, without any distractions for at least 30 minutes is bliss now. Silence is beautiful. Silence is the most entertaining noise you'll ever hear. My attention span increased, so I was able to focus on what I actually wanted. I wrote down, started planning things, and here is a fascinating thing. I started to draw. I realised I'm quite a creative person. I do content creation, so that's pretty obvious, but I started to draw. I got a notepad and a few pens, and I started to draw stuff. I was like, where has this come from? And then I realised when I was younger, I used to be very creative. And this is the important message. As you get older, the world beats out of you, your creativity. It makes you into a drone. And that's what the phone is doing. You're distracted. It's complete distraction. I want you to try and delete social media. I want you, straight after this video, to go onto your phone and delete every social media app you have. Do it for 30 days. Do it and see how dedicated you are. See if you can actually delete the phone, delete the apps. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. And if you want to learn how to fully master your mind, how to fully control your inputs, reprogram from a fear-based scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, I teach you exactly how to do that inside of Crater. Crater Mind Mastery is the best program that you'll find on the internet, designed to reprogram you from being in fear to being in abundance. Abundance is a mindset. It's a way of thinking. Everything I teach in that program, you'll fully understand once you go through it. I can't reveal everything to you here on YouTube because you start talking too much truth, it gets blocked. So I can do it inside of my community. I also want guys in there that their brains are switched on, their brains are working. We need to be in communities now. There is a distinct lack of connection because everyone's so glued to their phones. They're connected virtually. But we need to start interacting. So I host weekly coaching sessions inside the community as well. And I'll see you in the next video.